What's up, y'all? Brooks, Blaine, Abrazo Football Podcast, coming at you live with another episode. Brooks, Guerrero, how are you doing, my friend?
Good, good. It's getting super late here in Barcelona now, like 6 p.m. Boom, lights are out. So kind of that time change hit hard. So how are you doing over there in the
Yeah,
States?
I mean, we're also going through the same thing where the sun sets, well before the workday is over. And like yesterday, I think I fell asleep at like 7 o'clock. I told Kayla, I was like, yo, let's go to bed. She's like, it's like 7:30. I was like, oh, I thought it was midnight. It's pitch black.
That's how Grace is. The movie ended and she's like, "Well, I better do my like nighttime exercises for this baby." And I'm like, "Bro, it just hit 7:31."
We didn't even
She's like,
finish the
"What?"
nighttime movie. Yeah, yeah. We're conditioned by the sun. It's
Yeah.
long, long, long nights in the winter. But yeah, man, we're good. Um, so what do we do? What are we talking about today, Burks?
I mean, you got the whole gear on. But first of all, so the Chelsea T-shirt, everybody knows you got about a million Chelsea jerseys, but what's up with the T-shirt? Was this a luck thing?
No, this
Because we also
is
know you curse teams
no.
that you
I
wear the
didn't put
jersey
this on
on.
until I put this on about five. The
Okay.
guys, the game just ended. We drew 4-4. I just put the shirt on, and the hat is not Chelsea. This is actually an
I
IKEA.
was just
This
gonna say.
IKEA joint. Yo, shout out Sweden. It's a Swedish joint, but the colors kind of went together.
That's
So
so funny.
I'll throw it on. But the reason, like, I'm wearing this, I only have 3 jerseys with me. Because we
Oh,
moved
right,
into
right,
the
right,
apartment
right.
from our house, and all the jerseys are at my in-laws. So I just got the Barcelona LK that you got me, the long sleeve joint. Then I got the Chelsea shirt that I wore last week, the away one for Sterling, fly. And then people might not like this, but I also got a Vinny Jr. at the house. I got a Vinny Jr. Madrid in the closet.
Wow.
So I just thought about
That's
what
interesting choices.
they are a Madrid, a Barcelona, and a Chelsea. But my thought was I'll probably buy a few for Christmas. I need a Mbappe.
Mm.
I need a Dembele from PSG. Even though PSG is struggling in the Champions League and they're not gonna win it, I feel like the jerseys are kind of fire. I like their third kit with like the Jordan elephant print. I feel like I'm talking a
Every
lot.
season, Nike comes hard with the jerseys from PSG,
Yeah,
but yeah, honestly, they were struggling even in the league. I mean, they're back on top now. But even for the
yeah.
first few weeks, they was like, dang, this is not looking good. But yeah, it looks like they might not even. I mean, I guess they might not even get out of the. It looks like they're not even getting out of the group stage potentially for Champions League. I mean, they're going to, but it's
You
not
never know.
looking.
You never know. They're not looking
Yeah,
great
it's kind of rough. Yeah, what are they in third
in their
in
table.
their table? Yeah, or in their group, whatever.
Oh,
Because real quick, just as we catch everybody up really quick, PSG obviously won. They're on top of the league. Chelsea and City just drew. So the crazy thing is, in the English league, the top 5 teams are within 3 points of each other. It's 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 City, Liverpool, Arsenal. Can't remember who's holding up. Oh, Spurs and Aston Villa. So
yeah,
Aston Villa's on
man.
25 points. City at
Aston Villa's
28.
balling.
Yeah,
Aston Villa
yeah,
is Unai Emery, right?
yeah,
This is okay. I'm just gonna switch subject. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna say something.
yeah.
I might get in trouble for saying this. So, I think I was watching Talk Sport, and they were, you know how they are, talking about our friend John Terry and Aston Villa. Maybe this isn't where we want to go today, but they were talking about like how great Aston Villa is performing right now, and they were like just like a couple seasons ago, like basically kind of the same team with John Terry at the team at the helm, and they were like he's not a good manager. I don't know why I feel compelled to say this, and maybe I shouldn't say that, but it's just remarkable. Like Aston Villa sucked, and now they are like a threat in the Premier League because of the Span. Or is Unai Emery Spanish or is he French? He's French. Emery, that's a
He's
French name.
Spanish, but he's
Isn't
he's
he?
Spanish, but he's Basque Span. He's like, yeah,
Oh,
he's Spanish. Yeah,
dang. Well, either I guess because I guess he was at Villarreal, but he was also at PSG. I guess that doesn't mean anything. He's a
yeah.
great coach.
He's
He's a
also at
great.
Arsenal.
That's right. I forgot about that. Okay, well, how could he not get it right at Arsenal, but he's getting it right at Aston Villa? That's so perplexing to be able to. Anyway, I mean, shout out to
I
those
mean,
guys.
yeah, that Arsenal team really was going through it because also like, he was the one to come in and take it over from a legend. Such kind of like the same issue
Wenger,
with, I mean, yeah,
David
taking
Moyes
over
at
man.
Man
So kind
U.
of the same thing when Alex exactly. So say
Yeah,
what you will about Ferguson, like I'm not the biggest fan, but he won the league that year, and then I think the next when David Moyes came in, he couldn't even get him to like finish barely fifth or something, right? I don't remember, but anyway, it was a long time ago. But yeah, my question for you, like regarding staying on the Aston Villa topic and the Arsenal topic. So Aston Villa have, as awards go, the greatest goalie keeper of the
shut
season
up.
in Emi Martinez.
Shut up.
Meanwhile, Arsenal have two number ones essentially, in Aaron Ramsdale and David Raya. Do you think that Mikel Arteta made a mistake by just like letting Emi leave? Just go. Basically, he couldn't start over I'm not what is his name? Fulham goalkeeper.
Former Arsenal
Losing my
goalkeeper.
mind. Yeah, he's now Fulham's goalkeeper. Anyway, um, what is his name? He couldn't start over him anyway. He was back up to him even when he was when her and
Oh,
Emmy came
oh, oh,
in when
Leno. That's right, Leno. Jay
Jay,
Leno, but B
Jay
Leno,
Burn
but B
Leno, Burn
Leno.
Leno,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Burn
I
Leno.
forgot he's
Okay,
from
thank
Jay.
you. He couldn't. Jay Leno, the talk show host,
Yeah.
couldn't even take over the starting spot from Burn Leno when Burn Leno was injured and Emmy Martinez was showing up, winning the FA Cup with them. Shipped him off to Aston Villa. Has since bought two goalkeepers and paid kind of a lot of money. Meanwhile, Emmy's won a World Cup and become the best keeper in the world as far as awards go. So, I mean, should he just kept him at Arsenal, or was he right to go let him leave and try to find two new goalkeepers?
I mean, I think it's well demonstrated that Mikel Arteta is not great with sorting out who's a good goalkeeper and who's a bad goalkeeper. So
Okay.
I mean I have to do this because I don't like Emi Martinez. I'm gonna say it. He got the award. He's not the best goalkeeper in the world. I'm just gonna say he's not. He's not even the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. He's not even the best goalkeeper in wherever Aston Villa is, Birmingham. He's not even the best goalkeeper in Birmingham. Okay, but yeah, they would have been fine to keep him. Emi Martinez could have stayed, and they would have probably done just as good as they've done, or possibly even better. I mean, the save he had against Koulibaly in the World Cup final was legendary. So I mean, you sprinkle that across the course of a 38 game season, he's at least good for two or three, possibly four of those. Maybe they, win the league. I don't know, but yeah, I think this has more to do with I think Mikel Arteta. Like I think Ramsdale is better than Raya. I think Ramsdale should be starting. I liked Leno. There was nothing wrong with Martinez. Like I don't know why. Like I don't know why. Like anyway, yeah, that's what I don't know what the question was, but my answer is yeah, they should have kept him. They definitely should have kept him. It's clear.
But do you
Like
think that Ramsdale is better than Emmy?
David, then who?
No, than Emmy Martinez. Emmy Martinez.
Oh, I mean, I haven't seen Ramsdale play for like 6 months, so I don't. But no, probably. I mean, he was good. But I don't think he's necessarily better. Like I don't like for me like there's like goalkeepers that are like unstoppable, and then there's like good goalkeepers, and then there's bad goalkeepers. For me, Emi Martinez and Ramsdale are both good goalkeepers. They're not
Okay.
like I don't know how to like split the difference between like who would be better. I've seen Emi Martinez make some really good saves. I've seen Ramsdale make some really good saves. I I don't like Ramsdale came after Emi. They signed him after Emi.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean I feel like I would have just kept Emi. Why like personally, I just feel like if I have a good goalkeeper, like unless I'm going out to get like an Allison Becker, or I mean, like I'm just gonna say the goalkeepers I think are really good. Allison Becker, Ederson, and then I don't know if people like Manuel Neuer before like he ran into a tree skiing. Like unless I'm going out to get like a guy like that, I feel like Kappa, Onana. like Ramsey, like all of these guys, I feel like they're good goalkeepers, but like you swap one for the other, and it's like you're pretty much getting the
Yeah.
same thing. Like they're
It's no Peter Cech in his prime or Iker Casillas or
yeah, exactly, or Victor Valdez or how do you say it? Was it Victor
yeah,
Valdez?
yeah, yeah,
B squared. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm not hating on any goalkeeper. I think there's a way. Like, I think they should have kept him. That's my stance. What do you think?
All right. That's hard to say. I mean, but you're right. Like it's interesting. Like it's in a couple seasons they've gone through 3, 4 goalkeepers. It's kind of wild. I mean, the one thing I will say is like at least it seems as though he's got his idea
Number
on who
one.
his number one is.
Yeah.
Because
King,
yeah, we had
right?
this issue with PSG a couple years ago. You know, they had
Navis, Donnarumma.
yeah, and it was like literally it was like every other game. It's like no, just stick with one and pick pick your guy, let him play it out, see how it happens. Like nobody wants to be. I don't know. I don't know. It's almost like right now. I feel like it's almost like a striker situation with keepers. It's like there's not a ton of, you know,
Good goalkeepers on
all-star
the market.
talent out there. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like yeah. So if you're trying to get one of the best, like if you're talking about getting an Mbappe or a Holland or whatever, as far as goalkeepers goes, you're gonna pay quite a bit. But honestly, don't know who's the best in the world right now. I don't know how we got stuck on goalkeepers, but a couple years ago, I'd have said Donnarumma.
No.
You know, a couple years before that, I'd have said Keylor Navas, but then he can't even hold down a starting spot anywhere else he goes outside of Madrid. So it's been interesting for as far as keepers go.
No bias. Thibaut Courtois is my
Yeah,
when he's not injured, it was my number one goalkeeper. He like
yeah,
outside of Petr Cech, he was the
that's a
well.
good point.
I mean, at least from a Chelsea perspective, like there's some bias, but he was great at Madrid or Atletico Madrid. He's great at Chelsea. He won at Atletico Madrid. He won at Chelsea, and he's won at Madrid. Like all like off of his
He didn't
skill.
get a ton of support from the British press, the media, though. They didn't like that guy.
They didn't like Courtois.
What was wrong?
I don't know why they didn't like Courtois. Is he arrogant? I don't know. I liked him. I got like 3 or 4 Courtois jerseys. I loved Courtois. I liked them. I'll tell you the truth. I didn't even know he was our player, and I would watch him play at Atletico Madrid and be like, "Dang, he's good." Like when it was him and Diego Costa, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna sign Diego Costa and we're gonna bring him back from loan." I was like, "Loan? We own everybody. We get him for free. We get him for free." And he was like, "I want to go back to Madrid, but I want to play for the other team." So yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
Courtois.
mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I think honestly, when he's obviously not injured, I would take him over. I mean, everyone in the UK is gonna hate on this, but I would take him over Alisson Becker.
Same. No, yeah,
I
no,
would.
Courtois. Yeah, if I'm putting a team together and right now and everyone's healthy, I'm picking Thibaut Courtois. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
How did we
Yeah.
end up talking about goalkeepers? Let's talk about left backs. Let's talk about left backs. Let's talk about Arsenal Football Club winning yesterday. And who was the man of the match? Who was the man of the match in that game? Brooks.
Oh, Arsenal?
Yeah.
Zinchenko?
Alexander Zinchenko. Tell us about his game. What was he doing, and why doesn't he do this every game?
Wear Skechers or score volleys?
I'm talking about the Skechers. When did this happen?
As far as my research shows, it happened on like the 6th. Like it's like 6 days ago is what
Okay.
Soccer Bible is saying. Skechers keeps rising as the brand continues to increase its roster, and the latest player to join its Arsenal's Alexander Zinchenko, who has traded Puma for a pair of Skechers Razors, the speed silo for the brand. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Footy Headlines talked about it on October 27th, so it's coming up on a couple weeks now. So,
Okay.
I mean, I guess he had a pair that I just assumed they were Skechers because they looked like the color that Puma puts out, but there's those. He's been playing a couple weeks. Just crazy.
Okay. I think.
Crazy.
Okay. So, do you have any opinions about it, or what's your reaction? Give us a reaction, please. Please give us a reaction.
Alvaro Morata is also wearing Skechers. If nobody knew that
Oh,
those blackouts that he's been wearing were
okay. Well,
Skechers.
he got a goal in the Champions League or whatever European competition he was in. I saw him wearing them. I didn't know what they were. I didn't know that.
I just like I just as a product of like being raised in the '90s when Skechers was like really not it.
Corny.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to like. I try to not be like an elitist. Um, I try to not bleed Nike, even though it's kind of like all I grew up wearing. But it's just hard for me to see Skechers in the soccer world. It's interesting. It's really hard to see it on the foot of like Harry Kane. I just want to know, do we know like is there public details on how much they're paying him to wear this?
I did not see any number.
Because that's it. I mean, to be fair, the reviews that they've been getting have not been bad. Um, and as far
Did you
as
say the
Blaine
reviews haven't
goes,
been good?
haven't been bad, have not been bad.
No, that's yeah. I agree. At least yeah, from what I've heard, they're actually solid boots.
Are you going to be trying some or no?
No, I won't. But I'll tell you this.
Okay.
So I remember before we knew they were Skechers and Harry Kane was like seen wearing them as blackouts, and we all thought they were the
Yeah.
next gen Phantom or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no hate. We were hate at least.
Everyone was saying that too. Footy headlines, soccer, like everyone was saying that they are the new,
Yeah.
that they're,
Makir,
that
or
they're
no, the
new
Phantom
Panthers.
GX. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like looking back at that. Like I looked at it and I was like, okay, before they threw that S on it, I was like, no, that's actually it looks legit. It looks performant. I can't wait to get a pair. And then they threw that S on the side. I was like, oh my god, I can't mess with it. But I'll say this: like Skechers, like you said, yeah, in the '90s, my whole life, I've never thought Skechers was a cool brand, but I've never thought that they made a bad product. Like I feel like Skechers was like never cool, but it's not like it's not like a Payless shoe. Like Skechers weren't cheap, which always blew my mind. Like it was like I remember like we go to the store and like a regular pair of
They
like
weren't cheap.
Nikes. They weren't cheap. Like if the
Oh, I
Nikes
didn't
that
know
I
that.
got were like, let's just say they were $85. Like the Skechers were like 65. So it's like it's cheaper, but it's not like a Payless shoe that was like 20. It was like
Okay, but do Skechers have any business charging over $200 for a pair of soccer boots?
personally, I prefer that they do. Just like it's a good
Okay.
it's a good shoe because I feel
Okay.
like if they didn't do it, like I don't think anyone's gonna buy it. Like when I buy a Skechers, I'm gonna buy a Vapor or a Nike. Like I feel like
Yeah.
most people aren't gonna go out of their way to buy a Skechers, but I feel like if you want people to think that it's like on par with like the rest of the like S tier boots,
Yeah,
you
charge that
can't.
premium.
You got to charge. Yeah, it has to be like close to where like they know it's a comparison. Like, but I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't think they look good anymore. I I'm sure they're a great boot. They look just like there's not an issue. I mean, your boy's getting goals in them. Harry
Yeah.
Kane's getting goals in them. I think there's a few other
It's
players wearing them.
crazy how many goals Harry Kane's getting in these things.
Yeah, he's playing out of his mind in those shoes. So, which I mean,
Yeah.
it's like I guess it's kind of the same way though. Like most of the time, it's not the shoe. It's the shoe. It's just it's the athlete. It's typically not the shoe. Like I feel like you could put Erling Haaland or actually well to a certain extent. Okay, that's a lie. I was just thinking a lot of players actually are very particular about their shoes. But yeah, I'm contradicting myself. It's a good shoe. I think it's a good shoe. It just sucks that it's a Skechers shoe and it's ugly. It's ugly. The S is ugly, and then like the colors that they choose. I feel like the colors they decide to use are cheap. Like you can't see my screen. I'm looking at the blue one. Like they call it
Mhm.
launch blue. It's like darker in the back and it gets lighter, and like the S on the side is like
Yeah.
lime green. Like that's ugly.
Yeah.
Like they're not picking good. Like they're not picking good. I kind of feel the same way sometimes about Puma, where I feel like they pick like cheap looking
Yeah.
colorways that make your shoes or boots feel like toys. Whereas like Nike, with the exception, there's a few times where Nike gets it wrong, but I feel like Nike and Adidas, like theirs always look more premium and more serious. Even like when it's like the silly colorways, like the Stella McCartney, like collaborations, or the is it Kim Jones? Who's the Dior person? Is it Kim Jones? Or is it Kim? I think it's Kim Jones at Dior. Is Dior Kim Jones? I don't know.
Jones.
Anyway, like those collaborations, or it was the off whites. It was the off white ones for Mbappe, the materials. Like it's kind of like
Orange ones.
the orange ones, but they look.
Okay.
I feel like those aren't serious, but they still looked nice. Whereas like these Skechers just look like toys.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wear it. I wouldn't wear it. I'd like put tape over that S. It looks bad. Like if like if they had a different, like I feel like they were like so close on the blackout, and then so like it's like it's fine, but like they made like the marketing decisions for the colors. They just and like yeah, it doesn't look good. Also, okay, we're switching. We're way off subject at this point. Did you see that they're getting sued though? Nike's suing them.
Who?
Nike is suing
Skechers?
Skechers. Yeah.
For what?
For stealing their Flyknit. Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. Let's talk about this. I had no idea. I thought you were gonna say
New Balance.
they're suing New Balance
sues
too.
New Balance and Skechers over patent infringement.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yep. The lawsuit focuses on Flyknit, a special type of fiber company or a special type of fiber the company developed which uses blah blah. We all know what Flyknit is. Flyknit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm flying it around me right now. There's no shoes in this room because I'm in a closet. But actually, no, the Invincibles are flying it. And I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I was gonna
grab.
I'm gonna grab them real quick. Okay, we got some Flyknit here.
Yo,
this Flyknit, yeah. Okay, you got the better color.
I don't know.
I got the everything was sold out color.
No, I mean, you're just lucky that just happy to have a pair. It's a good shoe. Guys, this is a good. If you're running, you're gonna want to run in these. If you're in the Abrazo Running Club, you need to get yourself a pair.
You put in the miles. This is the shoe to put the miles in.
Yeah, dude, I feel like these are probably gonna be. Mine are probably gonna be done soon. I don't know.
How many miles you put in them?
I don't know. Probably 50
so far.
No,
50 miles.
More than 50.
This guy.
More than 50.
Those are supposed to go to 400 without a problem.
Yeah, because I was like 50. No, 50's not much. 50's not a lot of miles.
No.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Now I'm on the spot. I have no idea. But
the smiley face ain't worn off yet. Talk about need a new one.
Yeah, no, the Just Do It did, but yeah, the smiley's still in there.
Okay.
I just want the there's like the vape. I think not the ones you have that have like all the zoom, but like a different pair of vapor ones that I really want. And they're like $250. I have no business buying them. I don't need them. I run on a treadmill.
Zoom Fly or Alpha Fly?
I think it's the Zoom Fly.
Because I have the Zoom Fly 2s in different colors, but I had to send them back to Nike for one set, but they aren't going to give me anything back. This is a PSA. Everybody, if Nike, how do we get here? If you ever get free product from Nike, first of all, know that Nike will have a 2-year return policy from the date you purchased, from this date in here.
Yeah.
Where's that tag?
On the
from this date in here. Okay. So that only applies if Nike didn't give this to you for free. I was just thought, hey, they'd stand by their product anyway. I had a product that was sent from those Zoom Flies, and they didn't last more than 200. I didn't even get to 200 miles in them. So I sent them back thinking they would like send me another pair. Yeah. They're like, oh, we're keeping these because they were free anyway.
They kept them.
They won't. Yeah.
Dang.
It was a custom pair too.
I remember when you told me about they're giving you those. I didn't know they kept them.
The even chunkier ones though, the Alpha Flies last much longer for me. I had 2 pairs of Zoom Flies, 1 pair of Alpha. Alpha weight goes a lot longer.
Okay. Have you ever tried the Vapor Flies? That's the ones that I want. The Vaporfly 3. I'm obsessed with this shoe.
Sorry, I'm talking about Vaporfly 3. I had 2 pairs of the Vaporfly 2s.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I call it Zoom Fly. Vaporfly 2s, and they don't last as long as the Alpha Flies.
Okay, the
chunkier.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So I sent Vaporfly 2s back, not the 3s. I never had the 3s, but the 3s are supposed to be better. The 3s are supposed to be better.
That's right. It was. I remember you having these now. Okay. Yeah, the three. I want the threes. I
3s are
like them.
nice, and they're supposed to last longer and hold up to any sort of pronation better, thicker sole. They took a lot from the Alpha Fly to make the Zoom Fly, or the new Vaporfly. So I will get them.
Let me know if you, yeah, when
Just
you
waiting
make
for
them.
Nike.com/ES to put them on sale.
Yeah, I would like to not pay $270 for
Yeah,
shoes that I
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that I hope to destroy as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Like the goal of any running shoe is to destroy it. Like you don't want it. The sooner you wear out a running shoe, the better, right?
I will say this about the Vapor and the Alpha Flies. Don't make it your everyday shoe.
Why? Because that's what I want to do.
Like keep the Invincible for like putting in a ton of this is for speed. This is going to be more of a
Like a
speed
race.
when you're doing your running, a race, or even when you're doing your training, but it's like you're trying to push it, like a tempo run or your a VO2 max run or something that you're trying to like really
Got
go
it.
all out for. You throw these on. It's because that they all have a full plate of carbon in them, and when you're wearing full plate of carbon shoes every day for 20 mile runs every day or every other day, you're putting in 100 miles on those things every couple weeks, like that's not good. I injured my foot because of the carbon plate every single day. So
Oh,
yeah,
dang. Okay.
this has made it better.
The
This has been
Invincibles.
incredible, and it's already over 100 miles, and I can even tell that I've put over 100 miles in them.
It's a
It doesn't
beautiful
even look
thing.
like I have either.
No,
Yeah, it is a beautiful thing.
it isn't. Yeah.
But
Okay.
those are but the Vaporflies, get them, but don't use them every single day.
Okay. I'm not gonna get them then because I would use them every day.
Not get
Um.
them.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, but how many miles is it? It's not 10-mile runs for you,
No.
right?
3.
No, no, yeah,
Yeah. Just two to
three's
three in the
fine.
morning every day. Um.
Yeah, that's fine.
Monday through Friday. What about okay? And then go back to the football. Have you ever ran Vomeros?
Never. You
Okay.
used to, right?
Yeah, I ran the Vomero 15s, and now I'm or excuse me, the Vomero 16s, and now they have the 17s out. And I also really like I have no like who needs all these running shoes? I really want a pair of the Vomeros as well just to see how they run. But I'm not gonna do it. But it's just I was just curious. They also look.
I mean, but if you like a shoe, keep with the shoe.
What's the thing? The thing is, okay, now we're talking about running shoes. Like I have Pegasus, I have Vomeros, I have
Oh
Invincibles.
wow.
The Invincibles are definitely like clearly above those
Up there,
two.
yeah.
But I can't tell the difference between a Vomero and a Pegasus. I don't even know what the difference between
No,
a Vomero and a Pegasus is. Like I don't know what like they're both high end running shoes. They're both like 150, 140, 50, $60. Both from Nike. They look almost identical. Like what's like I just don't like is it just like for fun? Like oh like there's like a LeBron and a KD and they're both for basketball shoes. I don't know. Now I sound crazy. I just don't understand why
I
they
just know
have
that
so
the
many running
Pegasus is
shoes.
like they have. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean they started out. Obviously, we all know they're a running company to begin with, but they Pegasus has been their long. There's like always they're always gonna do well by the Pegasus. That even Kipchoge on some of his not like on some of his recovery runs, he's in a Pegasus.
Really? Dang.
He's in a Pegasus, an Invincible, and then he also wears the Vaporfly and the Alphafly.
I was gonna say I always think of the Alpha
To my
Fly.
knowledge, yeah. When he's
Hustling.
racing, especially, but when he does some recovery or some slow runs or some other work, or even when he just walks around the city after his runs, he's in some Pegasus too. I think that when he had his colorway, they came out that special edition. I think that they made him in a Pegasus too.
Oh. Missed
Yeah,
that.
they did.
Huh.
They've made a Pegasus for him a couple times in his special colorway. So based off of that, I would think that that's a pretty good. I never run in the Pegasus, but it's always in like Runner's World and like all these, you know, magazines and stuff for being a top running shoe. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sick in my head. I was actually thinking about ordering another pair of Pegasus yesterday, as I'm just thinking. Like, it was the Pegasus Turbos that I want. They look, I think they were on sale also. Like, yeah, they like. I'm
I don't
gonna
even
send
know
this
what
to you.
Pegasus Turbo is.
I'm gonna send it to you right now, and then we'll move on from this, just so you can see what I'm talking about. And this is the exact colorway that I wanted. I probably will get it, but I'm going to look ridiculous.
Oh, is it the blue? Are you sending me?
No, it's
Oh,
the polka dot sole.
so the green ones.
Yes, those. Yes, I don't know why.
I like those.
I like
I
them
actually
too.
saw, I saw, I saw Wilfried Zaha working out in some of these.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Wilf. Shout out Galatasaray,
Yeah,
Wilfried Zaha.
love that guy.
Um, all right.
Style King. If I could dress
Indeed.
like one man and get away with it,
Wilf
I would choose to dress like him. He's so
Zaha.
cool. This is, yeah.
Croydon zone.
Anyway,
Where were we?
no idea, but we've been talking 30 minutes already, so and it's been
About
about
running shoes.
new podcast, Abrazo Running instead of Abrazo Soccer. According to a British bloke, we're not, and not everyone is cut out to make a podcast or something. I don't know what they say. There's a lot of hatred that goes on the internet.
Yeah, that was funny to me that they would say that. That's funny.
I've seen a lot of things on the internet that I just don't appeal to me, and I've never been like, let me take my time to tell this person like,
no. Okay.
I don't know what's that serious.
Well, okay. Let me tell you what. Okay, so I woke up this morning like I want to say like 5 or 6 o'clock, and I'm just like doom scrolling. So I was like, let me go to goal.com. And so a lot of people probably don't care, but like the American Women's Soccer League, the NWSL or whatever, two American heroes, Megan Rapinoe and Ali Krieger, or Krieger, however you say her name. Anyway, those both were their last game, and Megan Rapinoe got injured in that game and had to end the game early. So they wrote an article just saying like Megan Rapinoe, you know, game ended unceremoniously, and like so I scroll down to the comments because I already know they're going to be toxic. Like this is just an innocuous article saying that an American, like a 4-time or 3-time World Cup winner for the women's U.S. national team, went off her last professional game injured. Like that's not controversial at all. And like the first comment was like, "Yo, since I'm the first comment here, I just want everybody to know I hate this. I don't want to see this. I only want to know about like what's going on in Europe with the men." I'm like, why did you click on the article? Like you don't understand. You don't understand how the internet works. You click on this article. Every impression is telling them to do more articles like this, and then you left a comment. Like they don't care if you don't like this. They're like, if we can post articles about women's soccer and we know you're gonna click on it and leave a comment every single time, we're gonna keep doing it because that's what pays the bills. So I just don't. I mean, anyway, it blew my eyes. Like, if you don't want to see it, then don't engage with it. The more you engage with it, the more you're gonna see it. Especially if you're leaving comments. Anyway.
Yeah. So first of all, shout out to Gotham City or Gotham FC for winning the NWSL.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just don't understand that. Like, what's the deal with hatred? Like, if women's soccer, honestly, and if this is, I don't know where this man was based, but if he was based in America, like, I mean, sorry, bro, but like,
that's what
women's
looks like.
national women's soccer is like way better than men's has ever been and probably ever will be as far as like U.S. men's national team is concerned. So,
yeah,
you got to deal with that. Like, this is going to be talked about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a big deal. Like if you love a sport, like there's 2 sports that I love: basketball and football or soccer. Like when the NBA isn't on, I'm not ashamed to admit this, sometimes during the summer I'll tune in to a WNBA game. And I will enjoy watching that game. Like, obviously, it's not as good as the NBA, but like my thought when I see a WNBA game isn't like, ugh, I hate women playing sports. Turn this off my TV. I don't see. I'm like, this is dope.
That's
like this
so
is
ridiculous.
like it's dope. Like, why can't we celebrate? Great careers on. I don't know. It's just weird to me when the like men are like hate women's sports. I'm like, why do you hate women? Like, why do so many men hate women? That's nuts.
threatened, probably.
Yeah.
Well, also, like, have you watched women's soccer? It's very good. Like, honestly, and I am gonna hate on the MLS. Like, pre Messi, I had watched more women's soccer than I had watched MLS. Like, I think that
You got to
they're
drag. This has
very
nothing to do with the
good.
MLS. That's hilarious.
Oh, I don't have a problem with women's soccer. Or sports in general. Women's sports need to be put on the front page more. Matter of fact, they didn't the Balloon d'Oro awards or the ceremonies.
Uh-huh.
Can you name the young female player of the year? Okay, so what we were trying to explain was that there is no young women's footballer of the year like there is in the men's game. That obviously Jude Bellingham won that achievement this year. So yeah, if it should have gone to, if there was one, it would have gone to Salma Parajuelo that plays for Barcelona, also for the Spanish national team, won the World Cup, was also crowned the best young player at the World Cup this year. But there is no award for the best young footballer, young female footballer like there is in the men's game. So yeah, that's what we're trying to get at. Which we obviously were not articulating too well. Third place in the Ballon d'Or votings.
Huh. Okay. Here we go then. I didn't know.
No, she's really good.
Yeah. Her name is. Say her name one more time.
Salma, Salma, Parajuelo.
Okay, I saw her. I thought she was Colombian.
Yeah, okay, that's okay. Yeah.
Okay. I think I just need to see them.
Yeah. We may have to cut that whole part
she's
out.
Spanish. I saw her somewhere and I was like, for whatever reason, you don't see a lot of black Spanish people shout to Ansu Fati. I just was like, oh yeah, she's like Barcelona, plays in Barcelona with braids. She's probably Colombian. Colombia has good players. But okay, she's Spanish.
Yeah. This guy.
Dang. Okay. Okay, please people don't come for me. I didn't know. Oh, all right.
We're up there. We're about to drop this.
This part. Okay. What else? Okay. Did we already talk about Chelsea, Man City?
Yeah.
Okay. What else happened?
Anything else you want to say? I gotta owe an apology to Nicholas Jackson because I was saying that this guy can't keep up with the pace. He falls every time he takes a shot. He's got a terrible first touch. But these last few weeks, he's really been coming together, scoring a lot of goals, looking good. But I mean, the whole Chelsea team has actually been coming together, but specifically him. So shout out to Nicholas Jackson because I was a hater at first.
Yeah, so was I. I was like,
really?
Even though we beat Spurs at White Hart Lane, or what do we call it?
Tottenham Stadium or something? I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of something disrespectful to say, like loser Hart Lane. I can't. There was something I saw there. I was watching like after game interviews. The Chelsea fans were being so disrespectful. Did you get the video? Did you watch the video I sent you?
Yeah. Okay. That was wild.
Yeah, I was just like, these people are insane. They don't know how to act. I wish we would show some respect and act like we won. But like we beat Spurs all the time. Let's not act like this is like a major accomplishment. But in the game, I was still mad because I was like, Nico, he could have had 6 goals. He could have had 6 goals. Yeah. He got a hat trick, but he could have had 2 hat tricks. I'm like, it's good, but you can keep doing better, youngin. Do better, be better. But you're doing great.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, those goals were pretty tap-in-ish. But hey.
Say it again?
I said they were pretty tap-in-ish.
Yeah. And they were throwaway goals. Like, these are all goals. Like, the game was over when they got these goals.
But let's not take them away from the man that he got a hat trick.
No, he got his hat trick. He got his hat trick. Obviously, it did a ton of good to his confidence because he did that on Monday and turned around and scored against the best city in the world. Or the best city in the world? Manchester's not the best city in the world. The best team in the world at home. So, I'm not knocking him at all. Shout out to Nico.
Did Raheem Sterling celebrate when he scored against them tonight?
Well, I didn't watch the first half. So I don't know. I need to go. I know he scored. So and the crazy thing is, I was so overcome when Cole Palmer scored. I don't know if he celebrated either because I watched him score. And I was like, we got.
Oh shoot, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's like Cole Palmer just scored. Did he celebrate? I don't know. I hope Sterling scored. I would have ran straight in Pep Guardiola's face and been like, yeah, you know. That's what I would have did if I was him.
One more thing, like obviously I'm not a Chelsea fan, but one thing that I think that goes a bit under the radar is that someone was saying something like they're talking trash on Man U because they are buying these old players from Madrid. And it's the same thing Arsenal does to Chelsea. And they were like, the comment was Madrid does not sell players who are good to them still. So like why would you buy a Rafael Varane and a Casemiro? They're like 31 or something. If they're surplus to Real Madrid, then, you know, they're getting rid of them for a reason. And I feel the same. Obviously, I'm not a Jorginho fan.
Kai Havertz.
I want Kai Havertz to be doing better, but Chelsea doesn't get rid of players
that are good.
That they believe, like Mason Mount. Mason Mount can't even get into the Man United squad now.
Dude, I want to cry. That is a tragedy.
It's not. I told you this a year ago. I was like, what? I don't understand what Mason Mount does. I don't see it, and I could be wrong, obviously. But Chelsea. So knowing that, I'm feeling like once Chelsea start clicking, if they don't get rid of people if they're smart at who they get rid of, they got to be smart about who they're buying, and they must be seeing something that is going to happen soon. Hopefully, a few years down the line, as an Arsenal fan, but. Yeah, they know who to sell, when to sell. That's what I'm gonna say.
Listen. Well, let me just tell you why it breaks my heart because I'm a Mason Mount fan. I feel like he played good while he was at Chelsea, and I hoped that he would do good at Man U. It broke my heart that he left the club to go to Man U, because nothing goes well at Man U. Like you left, like Chelsea. Yeah, we're in the gutter, but like at least we have a plan. Sure, and I guess they won the FA Cup. Anyway, I understand what you're saying, and I agree. If the best club in the world is selling you a player that is past their prime, you've been duped. You've been duped. Like Casemiro, sure, he had a first good season, and in general, Casemiro's still a good player. He's not a player that you buy to rely on. Like if he was still at Real Madrid, he would be just like Cruz and Modric, where he's helping the new players come of age, and he's playing, minutes of games instead of entire games. He's starting, he gets an odd start. He's not being relied on. Like you can't buy a guy that's been playing in La Liga for like a decade or I don't know, 7-8 years or something like that. And like basically giving Real Madrid the best years in 4 Champions Leagues. Like, what do you think you're going to get? Like, if he was 25, you might get something else. But the guy's, what was he, like 31, 32? How old is Casemiro?
I think he was 31 when they bought him. He could have been 30. He was definitely 30, perhaps more. But
yeah, okay, he's 31 now. So like, that's crazy. Like, you can't buy a player like that that's 30 or on the verge of 30. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like if this is what this is like to me, like Kevin De Bruyne, right? I consider him to be one of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know how old Kevin De Bruyne is off the top of my head.
I think he's 32 also.
Okay, I was going to say my guess would be 32. But if somebody bought Kevin De Bruyne right now, they would be
for 60 million.
They would be an idiot. Like, they would be an idiot, in my opinion. That's all I'm going to say about it. Like, nothing against him. Like you can get him on a free transfer. That makes sense. Bring him in.
Yeah.
But like, don't go pay. Like I feel like you pay for prospects or players in their prime. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, to your point. Also, you don't bring them to England at 31.
No.
You could maybe bring them to. What'd you say?
Paris. Take them to France. Take them to Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It makes zero sense. I mean, that's how you know Manchester United is like a club at a loss. Like you're bringing. I'm not gonna say Rafael Varane and Casemiro are finished because I respect both of them and I'm actually fans of them.
Right, I do too.
But you're bringing in players that are towards the end of their career after giving everything they had to Madrid.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like they don't have anything left to give you. Like and I mean, I'm not saying they're not motivated. I feel like I said this, and the Casemiro showed up a lot last season. But like at the same time, though, it's like one of them's won a World Cup, the other of them's won everything else besides the World Cup. Like they're coming to Man U for a payday. Like you just got taken for a ride. And I think remember Casemiro, someone said that to him, and like he got mad. He's like, no, like I came here because I got a lot to prove. It's like, relax, bro. You don't have to say that. Like we know you
Yeah,
came
yeah,
here
yeah.
for like no, like nowhere
Yeah.
in your mind did you think at 30 am I going to come here and put this entire team. Like you might do it for 3 games, you might even do it for 10 games. You can't do it for the whole season. And once you stop doing it, the team's going to collapse. I mean, look at them. I mean, they won yesterday, but still, look at them. Oh
Yeah, I
man,
mean, to his credit, that first year he was there was, he did really, really, really well. But now I just think that we talked about this, a year and a half ago, whatever. Like you trying to rebuild the squad or something like that can't be the driving force in your midfield. And then Christian Eriksen on top of that, who's over 30. And
bro,
yeah, I don't
that
know.
was the worst. I wish you didn't say that. That was when I saw Christian Eriksen start with Bruno on whatever day it was, and Mason Mount didn't start the game. I was like, dude, you've ruined your career. You have a man who had
Yeah,
cardiac arrest at the Euros, who's old enough to be your dad, starting ahead of you at Manchester United, and they bought you for like a decent. I think it might have been our highest sell
they
less
sold him
than
for
six
more than
months
they
ago.
sold Kai
I
Havertz.
I don't quote me. I could be wrong, but it wasn't like he,
Okay,
he didn't go for cheap. It was what was it 60?
I had to have been 65 was what Kai went for, 65 million pounds.
Mason Mount sell.
So I think it was around the same, 55 million.
Is that what
Dang.
I see? 60 pounds, 60 million pounds.
Okay. Then
But
yeah,
either way,
sure, maybe. Yeah.
it's not that's a significant like you that's a lot of money. Like that's a lot of money for a player. Like there's the 100 plus, which those are insane. But like if you're paying like 60, that's a big
Yeah.
transfer. Like that's not a small transfer at all.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Wow.
right. Yeah. A young Brit. I mean, the thing is, it was a young British guy, and obviously those guys will carry an extra price tag when
Hmm.
they're being traded within England.
Yeah,
So yeah.
but it's like I mean
Yeah.
he probably won't even play in the Euros. Like Mason Mount's not playing in the Euros next summer.
I mean, with Gareth Southgate, you never know, but
Yeah, it's true.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
He seems like those Manchester United boys.
That's true. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I just wanted to look and see one last thing. Uh, yeah. Well, anyway, you got anything else, brother?
No, no, I know. I'm international break coming up, so
Boring. Boring. Is it? I mean, I guess is it World Cup qualifiers that they're probably going to be doing?
I think it's Euros for Europe
Yeah. Okay. European qualifying for Europe, World Cup qualifiers for Africa, friendlies.
and South America. I think is also World Cup perhaps, but
I
here in Europe, it's definitely for the Euros in Germany next season, next summer.
that's weird.
So maybe think about coming out for that. We take Gabby to a game.
For the Euros,
Yeah,
is it where is it at?
Germany.
Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe I did know. For some reason, I thought it was in England. Euro 2024?
Wait, maybe you're right.
No, I bet I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think it's in Germany.
Yeah, I bet you're right. I'm just making stuff up.
Okay, but the next one will be England
Okay.
because they decided to play their way in, not to get automatic qualification for hosting it. They're like,
Okay.
no, we're gonna play our way in.
Yeah, cool. I mean,
So we shall see
yeah,
what
it
happens
it
for
goes.
Euro 2028.
I was gonna say it goes horribly wrong. That'd be crazy. Oh yeah, that's cool. Okay, I'm looking at it now. Dusseldorf, Stuttgart, Leipzig, Dortmund, Berlin, Cologne, Munich, Frankfurt, Hamburg, and a city that I don't understand how to say. Gelsenkirchen. I don't know what.
Gelsenkirchen. I like Germany. I like Germany. I would go.
I'll go. I don't.
They get a nice Soho house in Berlin.
Who plays in the stadium? Oh, Schalke.
Schalke, right?
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know. Yeah.
Because that's where Mesut Ozil grew up and was born and stuff.
Okay. I mean, I knew he played for Schalke. I didn't know what city Schalke. I feel like an idiot now. We need to cut this out. I didn't know. Have you been there?
I've not been to Gelsenkirchen. I've been to Geilenkirchen, but I've never been to Gelsenkirchen.
Oh, jeez, I didn't like. I guess is this a big deal? I didn't know what. I didn't know. I know nothing of this city. I'm uncultured. Oh, it looks like it's close to Dortmund. In Dusseldorf.
Yeah, you fly into Dusseldorf from what I know. Like, I mean, that's like a huge international airport. It's like 2 hours away.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
The more you know. I'm glad we had this conversation. Now I know that Schalke is in how we say the name of the city. First up, I don't know, but it's between Dusseldorf and Dortmund, and Germany's got a little bit. I'm a little bit more familiar with Germany now because of this conversation. Thank you, Brooks.
Well, while we're on the topic of Germany, we have to have a shout out for Leverkusen for being top of the table.
Shout out Xabi Alonso. That's crazy.
And Granit Xhaka.
Bro, no, okay. I saw they said Granit Xhaka came from the Premier League to stop Harry Kane from winning silverware. I was dead. I was there's no way. Like if Bayer Leverkusen wins La Liga or the Bundesliga, I'm getting it tatted on my back. That would be. Can you imagine? Harry Kane leaves Tottenham to go to Bavaria, loses the Super Cup immediately. Immediately loses the Super Cup to RB Leipzig. He was like, they got the transfer done early so he could get there for the Super Cup to win his first silverware. They lose. They don't win the league. His first season there. I don't even know what you would do in that situation. Holy moly.
As it stands, they're still looking pretty good in Champions League, though. But again, shout out to Leverkusen. To Xabi Alonso, man, they haven't lost. I mean, Bayern haven't lost either. But Leverkusen only have 1 draw, Bayern have 2. So they're looking good. It's just really nice to see basically in every league across Europe. It's a really competitive and it's really fun to watch, and it's not just run away with anybody yet. So
yeah,
happy to see it. It's a good season so far.
All right,
everywhere we look, and Argentina is still the champions of the world.
Yeah, for another 2 years, 3 years, 2.5 years.
They got robbed. They got robbed a half a year, but yeah.
All right then, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to the pod. Catch you next week. Later.